Hey, what's going on? Zero Day Jay here. Hope all is well. It's Sunday, May 26th. I'm just making this quick video because I wanted to talk about the 250K account and whether or not it's something worth giving a go in terms of the eval, especially now with Apex's 90% off sale that they're running. Um, I think it's good for another 5 days or so. Let's see. Let's look at the chart, the countdown timer. We got 4 days, 6 hours, and 52 minutes. They've already extended this twice, so chances are they might extend it again. But either way, while the sale is still happening, I mean, even if the sale's over, they might go back to 80% off. But they're pushing everybody to to uh, to run with this 250K account because they're literally offering. They're letting people get their hands on a 250K account for as little as $16.70, which is the same price as a 25K account. If you use Rhythmic, if you use Trade it's $18.70 for a 250K eval account, which is the same price as a 50K account. It's dirt cheap. So what a lot of people are saying is that it's a trap, it's a scam. They know people aren't going to be able to pass the 250K accounts, and a part of me does agree with that because you know what happens with the 1 day to pass? People will get the 250K account, right? And they'll go balls deep in 27 minis. All right. So here's the problem with that. The profit goal is high, $15,000. The trailing threshold is only 6,500. So you gotta not a great ratio in terms of trailing max drawdown, trailing threshold to profit goal, which is it's only 43%. It's really low. But at the same time, you have a trailing threshold of 6,500. So as long as you don't go 27 minis deep, which is 540 points, right? 27, it's $20 per point, right? If you go in 20 of them, if you go in 27, you're talking $540 a point. So yeah, of course, if you do that and you get lucky, all you need to have is a 28-point run, right? You need the position. You need the let's say you're trading. I'm talking about the NQs. If you trade in the NQs, it's 500. It's $20 a point. 27 minis makes it $540 a point. If you go long or short, you need it to go up or down 28.25 points just to account for fees that you're going to incur on the way in and on the way out of the trade. And what'll happen is, so a lot of times what happens in these types of moves, right? And it's possible, it could be done, right? There's definitely moves that happen where you can get 28 points in a move. So if you're all in, sure, you could pass your 250K eval account in one trade. That's what people like to do with these 1 day to passes. They literally gamble. I'm guilty of it too. I've done it before, not with a 250K. I've done it plenty of times with 50Ks because those are easier. Because the trailing max drawdown and the profit goal are much closer together in terms of the ratio. So if you have 2,500 as a trailing max drawdown, and then your profit goal is 3,000, look, you have an 83%. It's 83%. So let me go back to this. So what happens if it goes the wrong way? Let's say it goes up 25 points and you don't quite get there, and you're just gonna hold. You're gonna hope, all right, it's gonna come back, pull back a little bit, and then eventually it's gonna go back and hit my take profit. The problem with that is if you go down just 12 points from that spot, it might even be less than 12 because of fees. But if you go down 12 points from wherever it decides to pull back, even though you might be right about the trade and the move, all it takes is 12 points for you to fucking smoke the account because you're going full port. So I can see why the 250K account could be perceived as a scam account, a trap account, yada, yada, yada. I just passed the 250K myself. And did I do it going full balls deep? No, I didn't even go more than, I think there might have been 1 or 2 times where I had more than 10 contracts, but most of the time it was like 3 to 5, maybe 8, because that would give myself more margin for error in case I was wrong. I actually didn't try to pass it in 1 day. It took me 6 days. I wasn't in a hurry. The last day was a great day. I think I went up $5,800 on the last day that I pushed it, on the day I pushed it over. But even with that said, I still wasn't taking monster positions. I was just taking good trades at good spots with good setups, and it just worked out. But anyway, so let's break down whether or not this is really a trap account. It's only a trap account if you trade it like a degenerate, like a full-blown degenerate. If you trade it like a 50K or 150K, I wouldn't even go 17 mini contracts deep. But let's just do some quick math. Let me show you what you have to get to actually qualify for a payout with the 250K. So required. Here's the list of required minimum balance, the requested withdrawal for each size account that they offer. So with the 250K, you have to get a balance of 256,600, which means you only have to go up 6,600, right? Now check this out. If you only have to go up 6,600, guess what your trailing max drawdown is on a 250K account, even when it's funded? It's the same. It's still 6,500. Look at the ratio now of trailing max drawdown to profit target to qualify for a payout. It's almost 1-to-1. It's actually really good. It's one of the best, okay? They're all really high once you get on the funded side, but the only thing is it's 6,600 is a lot to go up. 15,000 is even more to go up just to pass. But once you do pass, I mean, I think this is one of the best accounts that they offer, because look, you only have your trailing max drawdown is basically identical to your minimum balance required to request a payout. So let's see what happens. This is where it even gets better. This is why I like the 250Ks. Actually, I'm glad that they did this sale, because it basically opened my eyes to the potential of what the 250K brings. If you're not a full-blown degenerate, I mean, I am myself, but I do trade responsibly most of the time, right? But if you treat this like a 50K and you trade it like a 50K or even a 25K, and you take your time and you're not trying to force any trades, you just wait for the setups. This is a really good account. So watch what happens here. This is actually my favorite part of the 250Ks. And I've talked about this in other videos. I've talked about it during my live streams, which, by the way, if you haven't hung out on any of my live streams, I highly encourage you to. There's a great group of people. We basically have a growing community that's hanging out on my live streams. We're getting we've had as many as 76 or 78 people on the live stream at one time. And that was like last week. And then even on Friday, we had like 70 people on. Like, there's a ton of great people that hang out, really good traders. So like, if you're still struggling, you're not sure, if you're having issues, like, you could ask questions and there'll be people in there that'll help, that are really good traders. And obviously I'll be there to answer any of your questions that you have too. But you could watch me trade and then hang out with other quality people. We're all degenerates. We're all in it together. We're all rooting each other on, have each other's backs, pushing each other forward, all that stuff. So anyway, let's get back to this. So watch what happens. So let's say you finally get over the profit threshold, and now you can request a withdrawal. The most you can request is 3,000 on a 250K funded account, right? 3,000 is the highest that's the max you could request for the first 6 payouts, and then after that it's unlimited, just like every other account. But 3,000. So what happens? You take out your 3,000. And then look at your trailing max drawdown that's left over. You have 3,600 left over. Actually, you don't have 3,600 left over, because if you go from 156,600 minus 3,000, you're at 153,600, and you can't go, once you pass the minimum required balance, you can't go lower than 150,100. So really what you have left over is a $3,500 trailing max drawdown, which is insane. It's actually really good. I'll put that into perspective. I mean, you could easily work that back up for the next 2-week payout period, or take a month. I don't care. Like, you could take as much time as you need, but you'll have plenty of room left over, plenty of margin for error, as long as you don't do anything stupid, like go in full port or just taking monster positions. Trade it like a 50K, trade it like a 25K, and you should be fine, So check this out. I'm in my account. I'll show you my account. So I'm still, and this is a whole nother story, I'm still waiting for a fucking payout here from Apex. I'm still under review since May 16th. It's May 26th. It's been 10 fucking days. I'm still waiting for them to approve my payout request. I don't understand what's taking so long. A lot of people are dealing with this issue, actually. But I do have some hope, because I've had some friends reach out to me who are in the same, in the same boat, and theirs finally flipped from under review to approved. But anyway, here's the deal. I have, this account is at 2,645. That's actually, no, I'm at 2,679 because I grew it a little bit. So I'm at 52,679, something like that, right? Once I get approved for this payout, they're gonna take 2,000 from me, and then you can't go low. So that leaves me with 50,679. right, on a 50K, and then you can't go lower than 50,100. So same kind of thing. I get over the profit threshold. I meet the minimum requirement, and then I get my payout. But look what I'm left with. I'm only left with $579 of trailing max drawdown to work with. Now I gotta be really careful when I'm trading. Maybe only trade micros, which I personally do not like trading micros yet. I'm still learning, how to properly trade them. It's the same, obviously, but it's not the same. So it's just something I'm working on. Some people prefer to only trade micros. I like trading minis personally. But anyway, look what you're left with. This is a 50K. Okay, here's another example. On a 25K, which is in terms of the ratio of drawdown to profit goal, it's 1-to-1, to pass the test. You only have to go up $1,500. So, but on a 25K, all you have to do is get to $1,600 in profit, which puts you at 26,600, right? You could take out 1,500. So that leaves you with literally 25,100, which is this is the lowest you could go. Once you go below 25,100, this account is smoked. So you can't even. You have to go. You can't. It's like you're left with nothing. Your trailing max drawdown is zero if you go exactly to 26,600. Maybe you go to 26,700. Maybe you give yourself a couple $100 in breathing room. You go to 26,000. You go to 27,000, right? So now you're up 2,000. You take out your 1,500. It leaves you with 500, right? But really, it leaves you with 400. Now you're at 25,500 minus 25,100. It leaves you with a $400 trailing max drawdown after you receive your first payout, which is nothing. So let's go back to the 250K. 256,600 is the minimum required profit threshold to be at to request a payout. You take out your 3,000. That leaves you with 253,600, right? 253,600 minus. I hear my kids upstairs. I hope you don't hear them. Anyway, 253,600 minus 250,100, right? That's the lowest you could go before your account gets smoked. You have a $3,500 cushion to grow the account back up to get another payout with the 250K account. That's why I think it might be the best account available. If you look at other accounts, I think the next biggest size over that is the 300K. Where is it? The 300K is just insane. Like you have to go up 20,000. I'm sure people do it, but I'm good just working with this $15,000 account, and then you have to go up even higher just to let's see what the minimal. You have to go up 7,600 just to qualify for a payout. This is much better. Obviously, it's $1,000 less, but that's why I think the 250Ks are actually better than you think. They're not. It's only a trap if you trade it if you gamble, basically. If you go full port or you go extremely large size and every trade you take with it, you're trying to pass it in one trade or two trades or three trades because there's a 1 day to pass, it will be a trap. It will be a trap for you. But if you don't, if you take your time and you grow it, you take your time. Maybe it takes you 2 weeks. Maybe it takes you 3 or 4 days. It took me 6 days. But now I have one. And on my first day of trading, I am up $1,100 in that account. I'm up 1,140. I think I took 3 trades on Friday. Look at this. I'm up $1,140 through 1 day so far. And the other part is that you could go up almost $2,000 on any given trading day and not be violating their 30% consistency rule. So it's a really good account. That's all I'm saying. That's the point I'm trying to get across in this video that's taken 14 fucking minutes, which I apologize for. So anyway, that's all I have for you in terms of the 250K. If you're not a subscriber to the channel, make sure you subscribe. I post videos like this. Mostly I post updates every single day on how I'm doing in the prop firms I work with. Currently work with Apex and Take Profit Trader as of recording this video. And I also stream every single day during regular trading hours, anytime between 2 and 3 p.m. Eastern time. And I go to and through close. A lot of times I stay on till 5 or even after 5. I stay on for a couple of hours, 2-3 hours most of the time. And then if I'm trading at night after my wife and kids are in bed during the overnight, I usually hop on. If I'm trading, I'm streaming, and it's usually around 2:30, 3 o'clock a.m. Eastern time, right when the London market opens. And we get a good turnout there. A lot of people hang out. So You get to watch me trade, and then you get to interact with other people who are also have the same goals as you, right? We all want to pass our eval accounts. We all want to get paid by companies like Apex. We want to earn the payouts. We're working towards being more consistent traders and being funded traders, full-time funded traders, or whatever, or just to get some extra money on the side. But yeah, if you haven't hung out on any of those streams, I highly recommend or highly encourage you to join us. And I'll talk to you soon. Also, one more thing. If you want to check out Apex, you want to give this 250K account a try, check out my link in the description below. You can click on my link, and that'll take you to Apex. If you already have an Apex account, use my coupon code. Use my coupon code either way. It'll get you the best deal available. At this time, it's 90% off. So with that said, that's all I got for you. Hope you enjoy the rest of your day, and I'll talk to you soon.